trying to avoid that. Ow. Oh. Ugh. Actually really hurt my shoulder bashing into that. Hey everyone, how are you doing today? On today's video, I'm going to be doing a rundown of some books that I want to read this year. And last year I did a spread in my book journal that was 21 to read in 21. This year I'm carrying that on, doing 22 to read in 22. So here are 22 books that I'm hoping to get to before the end of 2022. With these books, it's not going to be like an in-depth, I'm going to tell you what these books are all about. It's literally just going to be title, where it is in the series, what rating I think I might give it. Obviously, I'm hoping to enjoy all of these, but there are a few on here that I've got a funny feeling are going to be a bit lower. But there are definitely a few 5-star predictions in here, so without further ado, let's just get into it, okay? First book on the list is The Chosen Ones by Veronica Roth. This is book 1 in the Chosen Ones series, and I have actually already started it. It's the first book that I started in January. As you can see, I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. Currently, this is sitting on a 2-star, but I'm cautiously, hopefully optimistic that I can bump it up to a 3. So my prediction is going to be 3 stars for this one. Book 2 is Twisted by Bonnie M. Hennessy. This is a Kindle book that I've got. New author that I don't know. Never read a Rumpelstiltskin retelling before, so it's kind of like new territory for multiple reasons. So I'm going to go with 3 stars for that. You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. This is a contemporary standalone and looks really fun. I'm going to predict this is going to be 4 stars, maybe a 4.5, but I'm predicting a 4-star because I've heard lots of positive things and it is very intriguing to me. Winter by Marissa Meyer. This is the last book in the Lunar Chronicles series. I've read books 1 to 3. I'll be reading this in January, and based on how the other books have gone, I'm hoping for a 5 stars, but I'm predicting a 4-star for this one. Then it's The Hidden Life of Trees by Peter Wohlleben, I'm going to assume, because it sounds very German. And this is an audiobook. I'm going to go with a 3 stars for this one. This is my subject area as well. This is my degree area, so I'm not sure if I'm going to love it, but I'm secretly hoping that I am going to adore it and it'll be a much higher, but I'm predicting 3 stars for this one. Queen of Waltz by Amanda Foody. 3rd book in the Dark, is it the Shadow Game, I think, trilogy? Either way, it's the final book in this series. Previous books were a 4 and a 5-star, so we're both 4 stars, so I'm predicting 4 stars for this. Sky in the Deep, Adrienne Young. I'm going to predict that this one's going to be a 4-star. I love the Vikings. I've read the Fable series and really enjoyed it. So I have heard some not so great stuff about this being one of her earlier books, but I'm still going to go with a 4-star for this one. I think it's going to be a pretty solid 4 stars. The Flip Side by James Bailey. This is another Kindle book that I've got. It'll be the first ever male written contemporary kind of like literary fiction that I've read. So I'm really not sure, but I'm going to be nice and I'm going to predict 4 stars based off the synopsis and how it is in the reviews. So I'm going to predict 4 stars. Red Hood by Elena K. Arnold. This is an audiobook, Red Riding Hood retelling. I've read a few of them. I've not been overly impressed so far with any that I've read. So I'm going to go with a 3 stars based off his history. But again, really hoping for higher, but my prediction for this is a 3. Gideon the Ninth by Alex... No, it's not. Not Alex Harrow at all. Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. I want to predict 5 stars because of the sheer amount of hype around it, but it's actually really not my usual genre and it's not my usual kind of read. But I've heard so much and I'm so excited for it. So I'm going to very cautiously predict 5 stars for this. Poison Study, Maria V. Schneider. This is a little bit of an older series. It's the first book in the series. I think this is like from the 90s. So I'm not sure. Oh no, 2005. I'm not sure how it's going to be. Like, I wonder if 14-year-old me would have preferred it, but I'm going to go with a 3 stars based off how I felt about similar books from the similar time period. Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Again, a book that's not really my kind of genre typically. I'm trying to branch out and read more sci-fi and read more male authors again this year. So I'm going to go with this series. It's the first book in the series and I'm going to predict 4 stars. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. It's one that I've heard a hell of a lot of good things about, but I did start and DNF'd one of her other series. I can't remember the other series name now. Oh, the Shiver. I started Shiver, DNF'd it. So I'm going to go with 3 stars based off her previous book that I've read, but let's hope that it's not. And again, it's one that I know a lot of people love. So I'm going to predict 3, hope for 4, or even 5. The 5th season, one I actually cannot remember anything about, except I know everybody raves about it, everybody loves it, but again, it's sci-fi, a little bit dystopian, I think. I'm as intimidated to hell to read this, but I will be buddy reading it, which will hopefully help, and I'll be reading that later on this year. And I'm going to go just based off what I can remember and what I think. I'm going to go with, I know it's going to be controversial, please don't hate me, and I really hope that future me looks back at this video and goes, ha, you were wrong. But I'm only going to give this a 3-star prediction. I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. I can't really say why, I've got feelings about this book that I'm not going to enjoy it as much as maybe I should. Flashfire by TJ Klune. I did start this one. I don't really know why I didn't finish it because it was incredible and I was loving it. This one, second book in the Extraordinaries. If you've seen any of my recent videos, you will know how much I adored that book and I was desperate to get back into this one. So Flashfire, I'm going to give a 5-star prediction. Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. JD Ray reads, I know, loves it and adores anything that Sebastian de Castell writes. Book Roast, I know, really enjoyed this. And also Book Roast had a very similar reaction to the other series, the Spellslinger series that I did, and wasn't overly impressed. So based off of what they've both said, I'm going to go with 4 stars for this one. Assassin's Apprentice, Robin Hobbs. I have been told by so many people that I need to read this. My friend Sarah in particular is going to be so happy to see that I'm actually going to pick it up again this year, because I read a few chapters not long ago, like a couple of years ago, and I didn't enjoy it. I wasn't getting on. I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm only going to give this a 3-star prediction, but I'm hoping for higher because I have been told it gets better and better and better. So cautious 3-star, hoping for a 4. Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. I haven't read any of her books yet, but I've heard great things and I've been really excited to get into every one of her books. This is kind of like Emperor's New Clothes meets Mulan kind of thing. And it's a competition, which are all kind of elements that I like, and it's got it's Asian inspired, which again I'm very attracted to. So I'm gonna go with a 4 stars for this, but I'm really hoping it will be a 5, but I'm gonna go with a 4. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I know how many people adore this series and have raved and raved and raved about this book. So the only problem for me is, again, it's sci-fi, again, it's written by a male author, which are 2 things that I've not really had a lot of experience with, and so far haven't had a lot of success enjoying. So I will be going for a 3-star prediction. Again, all of my 3 stars, I'm hoping for higher, but just going based off of previous experiences with this genre, I'm going to say 3 stars. A Dream So Dark by L.L. McKinney. It's the second book in the, it's something verse. This is the second book in the series. Alice in Wonderland retelling, probably my second favourite Alice in Wonderland retelling so far. And yeah, first book got 4 stars, so I'm also going to predict 4 stars for this one. Great characters, really great setting, and a really interesting take on Wonderland. From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I know this book seems to divide the book community and it's a bit like Marmite, you either love it or hate it. I'm not sure yet where I'm going to sit, so I'm just going to say 4 stars because a lot of the hype attracts me. What the book is sort of telling me it's going to be about is very attractive to me. So, but I'm a little bit scared that it's been way overhyped. So I'm going to go with 4 stars and just hope that it's going to be really good. And then finally, book 22, Weird Sisters by Terry Pratchett. I'm going to go with, again, 3 star for this. I read Equal Rights and I wasn't really a fan. I've not been a fan of Terry Pratchett so far. Like, I see what he's doing, and I appreciate the cleverness of his writing, and I appreciate with how ahead of the times he was, but it's just not a writing that I enjoy particularly. I think I much prefer watching the TV series and watching the dramatizations of things. But I have promised myself to read the Witches series in the Discworld. And yeah, this is the second of the Witches books, which I've been told this is the best one. So we shall see. But I'm going to go with 3 stars just because of, I know I read it when I was younger, like in my early 20s, and I did not enjoy it. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 3, possibly even a 2 stars for this one. So that is my 22 books for 22. Let me know in the comments, are there any of these books that you gave a different prediction or a different rating to? And are there any of these books that you intend to read as well this year? Maybe we can buddy up. I will be doing a video on buddy reads again, and some of these books will be on my buddy read wish list. So if there are any of these that you are also reading, reach out to me. Maybe we can do a bit of a buddy read and have a chat about it and help motivate each other. So yeah, these are the books that basically have been on my shelf either the longest, or I know that I'm scared to read, so I've declared here to you guys that I need to get to these books. And yeah, so let me know in the comments, as I said, which books are you planning on reading, or which of these have you read and gave a different or even the same rating that I did. I hope you're good, hope you're staying safe, and until next time, I will see you. Bye!